Thanks for staying with us. It's still iBrandTV. Now it's time for sports updates. We'll start with football, and it's all about Real Madrid. Last night we had the UEFA Super Cup. That's the match between the winners of the UEFA Europa League as well as the UEFA Champions League, with Real Madrid emerging 2-0 victors over entrant Frankfurt, and the goals were scored by David Alaba as well as Karim Benzema. For Karim Benzema, it was a decisive goal, a historic one at that saw him move past Raul Gonzalez, the Real Madrid legend, to second on the list of goal scorers for Real Madrid, with Cristiano Ronaldo still leading the way with 450 goals, while Karim Benzema is now on 324 goals for Real Madrid, with Raul Gonzalez on 323 goals. It is the fifth UEFA Cup title, or UEFA Super Cup title, I beg your pardon, for Real Madrid, making them joint highest with Barcelona and AC Milan, while for Don Carlo Ancelotti, it is his fourth UEFA Super Cup, making him the most successful coach when it comes to the competition itself. Let's move away from there. Still talking football, we have to talk about CAF. And CAF had its General Assembly in Tanzania, Arusha, and yesterday the CAF president, Patricia Motsepe, formally declared the intention of the body to back Infantino. That's the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, for his third-time re-election bid. Infantino stood elected in 2016 as well as 2019 and is gunning for a third term, and right about now is still the only candidate who has expressed his desire to occupy the position once again, with CAF also announcing that of the African Super League, which is a new tournament talking about African football. Infantino was present and thanked CAF for the support. It will be intriguing to see how this pans out as the election is months away. Moving on from there now, talking about athletics, we had the Monaco Diamond League yesterday night, and it was Shirley-Ann Fraser-Price who won the 100 meters race, coasting home to victory in a smashing time of 10.62 seconds, the fourth fastest time in history, as she now holds the record for the third and fourth fastest time in history over 100 meters. It must be said that the second fastest time is held by a compatriot, Jamaican superstar Ellen Thompson-Hura, who posted 10.54 some months back. So the superstar at 35, the world champion, has coasted home to victory under 10.7 seconds on 9 different occasions this year, including at the World Athletics Championship at Oregon about 2 weeks ago, where she won her 5th world title over the 100 meters race. That's about it when it comes to keeping you updated in the world of sports. It's time for Social Media Buzz, and Mercy Manuel is here with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, Mercy. How are you today?
I'm very fine.
Glowing as usual.
It's the glory of God.
That's nice. I like that.
Thank you. We should just go straight to
you have the floor.
Good morning. I'm Mercy Manuel, and here are some of the stories trending. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, said police personnel who throws gun at Nigerians in order to extort them are not different from armed robbers and will be so treated. Baba gave the warning while addressing policemen on Wednesday at the headquarters in Gombe, asking his men to shun acts of indiscipline. The police chief said discipline and professionalism were the bedrock of policing. As such, the service will not condone any act of corruption and indiscipline. The IG therefore told the police personnel to live up to expectations or lose their jobs. In the last 3 weeks, no fewer than 3 policemen have been dismissed from the force for irresponsible behaviors. Omobolanle and Samson, this is not the first time the IGP will come out with instruction. Some weeks back, he said they should not collect phones from Nigerians again. And
there's a time they also said they shouldn't ask for tint permit from Nigerians. A lot of instructions going out there, but how are they following up to ensure that they are meant follow?
That is just like a few days after I gave that instruction, a video went viral where a guy was challenging police officer, not why do you want to collect my phone, when IGP gave instruction that you shouldn't collect phones from Nigerians again. But again, before I get your reaction on this new instruction, let's check some tweets on Twitter. At China, government says, come to Akwa and see the business center that police officers open on bus drivers. You cannot pass through the police headquarters without giving out at least 400 naira. It's just so bad looking at how proud they are. It's no longer a thing of secret. Then at Follow News says, maybe as from tomorrow, any of them will see on the road extorting people should be treated like robbers then. Then as Aimo says, I believe if they are well paid, they will carry out their professions to the best of their knowledge. At Femi Cyprus say, is this a joke or fake news? When last did they warn you of the IGP against police personnel ever effective? Just like you said. But I'm not supporting what the one of the Twitter comments say that if they are well paid.
Nobody is well paid.
Nigeria is not an excuse. No, money can never be enough.
Yes.
Because your needs will keep increasing. So if they are not well paid, or if they are well paid, who is well paid?
It's just like saying teachers, because we know that teachers are one of the least paid people in Nigeria. You said that because teachers are not well paid, so they should beat the children or not teach them what they're supposed to teach them. Like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
It is ridiculous to use that as a basis for justifying their wrong acts. You know, police brutality is a thing that people will always frown, against, regardless of how well paid policemen are or not. Now, the thing is, it has to do with morals. It has to do with reorienting them, retraining, the orientation and all, that they should understand that these are not, mere servants or slaves, but fellow humans like them, fellow citizens who they are policing in trust. Remember, again, it is a cordial relationship. In a syncline, it should be a cordial relationship wherein the people have the trust that the policemen are policing them in a safe and credible way in terms of how professional they are in going about discharging their duties. Having said all of that, I think it has to do with the individuals involved, the policemen involved. If they're able to hold on to, the ethics of the job, and more importantly, they are morally upright, then we'll have less extortion, less police brutality among others.
But they don't even know these ethics. I think the sanitization has to start from home, start from within. So the IGP keeps doling out instructions. The people that need the instructions are within your cabal.
Exactly.
You should talk to them. Sanitize your house before coming out to Nigerians and saying they should. I remember there was a time they said, do not. Okay, you mentioned the years that you shouldn't give your phones to them.
Yes.
How do you enforce that as a citizen? You are seeing a policeman bearing a weapon, pointing it at you, asking you to bring your phone. How do you tell him, the IGP, okay,
most of them are not even aware of these instructions. Most of them are not even aware.
For those who are even aware, they're not even interested. You still have that, brute force being exerted. You are still trying to say, oh, but the IGP gave an order, and the next thing is the butt of the gun is being used on your head and all of that. So these are the issues. The fact that these men hardly go through any other retraining apart from the initial one they went for.
Just like when they say that they shouldn't enter your car.
Exactly.
You shouldn't allow them. How do you enforce? You're a citizen. You don't have any weapon.
Even when you lock the cars, just to enforce that, they break the windows, just to force their way in.
These people are lawless.
Except for the brave Nigerians that quickly pick up their cameras and make videos, but it's even very risky.
It's risky because they will even collect your phone and delete all of the videos.
The video you're even talking about, the policemen, that accosted those guys, they were even calm. They didn't even bother that they were being recorded. It wasn't before you'd see them trying to, don't stop it, but this time around, they didn't even make an attempt to even grab the phone or anything. They were just cool with it, like, okay, when you're done recording,
because they know nothing will happen at the end of the day.
These are the issues. The fact that our policemen and women are not aligned with the 21st century of policing, a community or a nation, a state. That's where the lapse is, and you would expect that the hierarchy of the policemen are able to put all of these trainings in place so that the trust between the people and the policemen are restored, because
it looks to me like it's not even in charge, the IGP, because I recall there are several occasions where they've talked about withdrawing policemen attached to VIPs. We still see that happen. We see them carrying food for VIPs at events. You see them carrying their bags and all of that. Things that in a country where we are under policed, where we need more policemen, you see them attached to VIPs. And all of this instruction, even the president instructed the IGP then, what's his name, Ibrahim, I can't remember his other name, instructed him to go to Borno. He didn't do it, and nothing happened.
I think it's just a Nigerian thing.
It's just a Nigerian thing. I was about to say that it's not even about this IG alone. Remember,
that's what I'm saying. The former IGP.
For successive IGs who have been in position over time, from probably 2011 when you had Mohamed Abubakar, they come up with, we banned, roadblocks and the checkpoints and all of that. it's the same thing. Within 2-3 months, you still have those roadblocks back in place. The next IG
Did
comes.
they ever leave? They
Exactly.
never left.
The next IG comes and then it says the same thing. Oh, Tinder, but you know, so
I think maybe they have like a rule or a law that you must say this at this time. Say this at this time. So it's not about following through or monitoring that it's effective. It's about you being seen out there on the newspaper saying that, yes, don't collect phones, don't use guns, don't use brute force, but really they're not following up.
we have the laws.
Maybe we should just give
Implementation is the issue.
let's give him benefit of doubt. Let's see how he's going to treat
Let's-
that.
I think the benefit has really been exhausted at this point
Last
because
time.
we've given the
Okay, moving on. The Catholic Bishop of Uyo Diocese, John Ebebe Aya, has rejected the largest from the governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, while telling the governor to pay salaries of workers in the state. As seen in the viral video, the governor donated the sum of 25 million naira to the church, then promised the bishop, whom he described as a pride of Cross River North, a whisper package, which he pledged to give him personally. The bishop immediately responded, politely rejecting the largesse, and urged the governor to add the whisper package and pay salaries of workers in the state. So between March, April, there was a protest in Cross River State
Yes.
where civil servants from ministries and departments were complaining about unpaid salaries. Although Governor Ayade came up to say, no, it's not true, I'm not owing salary. So are we going to say this bishop is lying at this point? Why will you donate 25 million naira and even promise the bishop whisper package when you are owing your civil servant in your state? The thing is, even if you can't pay, I believe even if you can't pay full salary, there's no money in the state, because that's the excuse most of them give. If there's no money in the state, why not just, at least with this 25 million, you can still do something. We've seen governors who paid 25%, 30% half salary. I think we should just
It is even ridiculous. What's the minimum wage? Remember, just yesterday you had the report that 16 states in Nigeria are not paying the minimum wage.
But then you have, there's a particular state paying 40,000.
Exactly.
Not even 30.
Yeah, not even 30. Now, the question is, how much is 30,000 naira that you can't pay as a state?
Salary.
But you have governors, you know, and office holders exhibit this, you know, flamboyant lifestyle where they lavish money, and it's to the detriment of those who are working for them. Now, you look at it, do the maths. 30,000 for a worker, minimum wage. 1,000 workers will be 30 million, and you're dishing out what?
25 million, and there is a whisper package.
Exactly.
Which might be more than 25
Let's
million.
even assume the whisper package is just 5. That makes it 30 million. That 30 million will cater for 1,000 staff in terms of their salaries when it comes to minimum wage. Now, we understand quite well that, the 25 million may not cater for all the staff of Cross River States who are being owed. But can you pay 1,000 staff and they will be fine in terms of, you know, at least a month's salary? Why not? So why do that? Again, it's just about misplaced priorities for these governors.
Because to what end is that largesse? Why
Well,
do that?
is CSR CSR from the place of the governor, you know, is contributing to the church. He's a religious man, you know, it has to be that way. But on a more serious note, now let's get down to it. It's ridiculous that our politicians do this, our leaders. The cost of governance is ridiculously expensive here in Nigeria, and they do not even try to, you know, cut down cost just to ensure that they meet up with their demands. It's extremely ridiculous and shameful that people would work and they have to beg to be paid or to be remunerated. It is ridiculous. Now, as we've said, these are state workers who, some of them are probably earning just, you know, a little bit above the minimum wage, and you can't even afford to pay them, but you can easily donate 25 million to a church and promise a whisper package and all of that. It is just shameful, and I really hope that it takes the advice of the governor, again, from the maths of the bishop rather. The mathematics is simple. 30 million naira will cater for 1,000 staff when it comes to minimum wage payments.
Okay, let's take some reaction. At I.A. Mojuba says, what the no time. May God bless true men of God. This sent chills. Pay salaries. Don't flaunt donations in millions when salaries are being owed. Use it to pay your staff. Peter Obi's entrance into our polity has brought a lot. We are daily standing for what is right.
You know, sorry to butt in, that just reminds me of Bishop Kuka,
Yes.
who accused Obi of not being not being, what's the word now?
Father Baka. Father Baka said stingy.
Because he didn't give to the church.
I think we need them to be more, they should be
contrast.
stingy, but do the right thing. Then Atobona says, same people who clap for him are also hailing the bishop. The thing is, when Ayade was actually giving his speech, they clapped for him. When he said, I'm going to donate 25 million naira, they clapped. Then when the bishop now challenged him, that used that whisper package, add up with it and pay salary, they clapped again. so this person is saying, beware of clappers. So whether good or bad, we just clap. Then as Basim said, this is how church needs to talk to those politicians. They will be owing salaries and pensions, and they will come to church and give money, hoping that God will bless the person. God forbid, Nigeria is awake now. I think we are up. We're not sleeping. Don't sleep.
Wake up. Collect your money.
No. I don't know what Messi ends today, but really,
we should just wake up, not just politicians, but Nigerians generally. When you see people doing the wrong thing, no, you tell them, even if I'm going to gain from this, let's ensure we do the right thing.
Especially with the forthcoming elections, we really need to stand our ground and do the right thing. Well, we'll wrap it up on that note today. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. My name is Omobolanle Adeshuyi, wishing you a lovely day.
Mercy, man. We have a blessed day.
Do have a great day. I'm Samson Olede.